Hi everyone, this is Maddie, the Senior Environmental Educator at the Anacostia Watershed Society. I'm reaching out to let you know that the Anacostia Watershed Society is hosting a nature journaling challenge this spring. Typically, this challenge is only open to students participating in our Rice Rangers program, but because of the difficult situation that we're all in, we decided to open this challenge to any K-12 student that's interested in participating. If you'd like to participate, please visit our webpage where you can learn more about the challenge, the requirements for your nature journal, and the submission deadline, including when you need to submit your journal and how you need to get your journal to us to participate. For this video, I'm just going to focus on what a nature journal is, some of the materials and supplies you need to create a nature journal, and then finally, the different parts and pieces that really make a good nature journal entry. Okay, so to begin, a nature journal is a tool that we can use to make and record observations about the world around us. Observations are the first step in gaining a deeper understanding of what's happening in the world around us. It's ideal if your nature journaling can happen outdoors, but we understand that not everybody can get outside right now. So if you can observe the outdoors from a window, or you've brought some of the outdoors inside, maybe you have houseplants in your home or a pet that you can observe closely, right? All of those things will make great subjects for your nature journal, in addition to anything you might see out the window. If you can get outside though, outdoors is really where you want to start. Okay, things that you need to do nature journaling. Most importantly, you need paper of some kind. You don't have to have a fancy journal, which might be hard to come by right now anyways, but you do need paper. So if you have computer paper at home, or maybe you've got notebook paper, or you have just scrap paper like the back of this envelope, any of that will work just fine to make your nature journal entries. You're also going to need something to write and draw with. That could be a pencil if you've got it, or a pen. I really love this pen. And if you've got it, it's great to have something that will allow you to add some color to your nature journal. So I've got my colored pencils today because that's my favorite thing to use, but if you have crayons or markers, that will work fine too. I've also got some other tools that I like to take with me when I go nature journaling, and if you have them, you're welcome to use them, but they're not requirements. Sometimes I like to bring a ruler outside with me, so if I've found something cool, I can measure it. But if you don't have a ruler, you can just compare things to parts of your body, right? So if you find something cool, you can say, it's as long as my thumb, or that thing that I saw was taller than my dad. All of those observations work fine. I also sometimes like to bring my binoculars with me, right? So I can take a close look at something far away. I also have a magnifying glass so I can really see the details of things up close. Again, these are tools that if you have them or the grown-up in your life has them, that's great, you can use them, but you don't need them. Remember, the most important things are paper and something to write and draw with. Okay, let's take a look at what a nature journal entry should look like and some of the things a nature journal entry should include. I'm going to show you an example from my nature journal. It'll be an entry that I made earlier today. So here's my journal. Let's get us turned to the right page. Earlier today, I noticed in my yard there were a lot of seeds from a maple tree. So I decided to create a nature journal entry about those seeds. Okay, so we're going to take a look together. In my nature journal entry, you can see that the first thing I did was to draw some really detailed pictures of what I was trying to observe. So remember, those maple seeds. I then made some written notes about my drawing, so I tried to label the different parts, right? I already know a little bit about maple seeds, so I was able to include the names of the parts of the seed. If you don't know the names of the parts of whatever it is that you're looking at, that's okay. You can look it up when you get home in a book or on the internet. Other things that I included in my nature journal entry were a title for the page. Okay, so that's really important. It can be as simple as the name of whatever it is you're observing, or something specific about the location or the time, or maybe you took a walk or a visit, right? So your title could be Walk with My Mom, or Visit to My Grandma's, right? You can really make your title whatever you want. Other things that are important to include in your nature journal entry are the date and the time that you were making that entry, as well as the weather and the location. So you can see that I've included all of those things in this entry. There's a lot of writing on this page, so in addition to labeling my drawings so that I can go back later and know what I was looking at, I also wrote a lot of questions about what I was seeing. These are things that I observed while I was making my entry that I was curious about that I couldn't answer at the time, but I knew I wanted to look up later. There's also some prompts that you can use to help you brainstorm things for your nature journal entry. So in my entry, right, I included phrases like "I wonder" and "these maple seeds reminded me of," right? These are key phrases that will help you start brainstorming and really thinking about what you're seeing. Okay, so to conclude, your nature journal entries need a drawing, hopefully that's labeled, some questions and other written observations that you've made, a title, the date, the time, the location, and the weather. Hopefully that covers it all. Again, if you have questions about our nature journaling challenge and what you need to include in your nature journal, you can visit our webpage. On that webpage, we also have other resources to help get you excited and started with nature journaling if this wasn't enough. Ooh, one thing I forgot. Let me turn back to my page. If you find, for example, something like a seed or a piece of a plant that's not living anymore, and you want to go ahead and just tape it right into your journal, you can do that too. So here I've got one of those maple seeds that I was observing and creating my entry on, and I'm just going to go ahead and tape it right onto the page itself. So that's another option too. You still want to do a drawing because that really forces your mind to think about what you're seeing, but if you want to include the actual object in your journal as well, that's always a bonus. Okay, again, if you're curious about nature journaling, you want to get involved in this challenge, and you need some more information to get started, all of that info is on our webpage. So take a look, and we look forward to receiving your nature journal submissions soon. Take care.